Well, hello, Jeff. Jeff,
Hi, Lee.
hi. I am so glad that Jeff Jones joins us. Tru-Building Inc. You know what? That is such a simple name for what you do, really. So I'm going to let you tell our audience about that. But thank you for joining us today. So we're doing interviews with our with communities and customers around the world, actually, and around the country, and myself here in Wichita. And I'm excited to have you as my guest to ask you some questions and let people know about what you're doing and the difference you're making in your business, which I think it's a really, really, really great story. So tell us, what do you do, Jeff, and for how long?
Well, thank you, Lee. I'm honored to be here and visit with you about this because I'm very passionate about what we do. At Tru-Building, we're general contractors, but we specialize in high performance building, and that's buildings that cost a minimal amount, percentage wise, of a standard building. So we build. Think of it this way: as we build a home, we're building a thermos, or as we build a commercial building, we're building a thermos. So if you use that analogy, it's like your solar can be your electric heater underneath it for your extra supplement of energy. But we build them so well insulated and so airtight that they require makeup air to come in and keep the building extremely healthy. It's a different way to build. It's not a new way to build. Actually, they've been doing it in Europe for years. We're starting to see some of this migrate to the U.S., and we know we're on the leading edge of it and are therefore very passionate about it.
That's exciting. So is it both residential and commercial for you?
It is both residential and commercial. We see a bigger demand in the residential because quite often commercially they're looking at other things that offset their utility costs, especially in restaurants and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a big need for it in like hotels and nursing homes and things where they have to absorb that utility cost as a cost of operations, and we can save them over 50% of their utility costs.
And 50% over years is huge.
That's huge.
I mean, are there what other thing can you do to make an impact on a building as such as you can with energy? Is
Yeah, it's funny because when you talk about what can we impact in the building, most people just think about insulation first of all, and then
Mm-hmm.
they think about windows, but it can be even how the building is positioned so you get solar heat gain, or how you
Okay.
insulate underneath the foundation is not to get the wrong temperatures coming through in the middle of winter around Kansas anyway. We have a lot
Uh-huh.
of cold basement floors, but we insulate underneath the foundations as well. And there's just a lot of different aspects that we take in
Mm-hmm.
from mechanical ventilation systems and everything. We're pretty good about assessing where the best place to save you money is.
Ooh, I love that. And I think that all the little things you're thinking about, well, why is my floor cold in February? It doesn't have to be, right?
Right, right.
And that makes an impact on my bills, especially over long term and comfort and just getting along in life too. So you're having
Well,
a life impact.
the EPA says our indoor air quality is 3 to 5 times worse inside than it is outside.
Ooh.
So when you take in that account, when we build something really airtight and we put in makeup air systems that bring in fresh air continuously, it
Mm-hmm.
creates a much healthier environment inside than what it is outside.
Which sounds like to me it equates to longer life and healthier life and easier breathing and less asthma and COPD and all those things. I don't know if you can make those claims, and I wouldn't ask
Yeah,
you to,
there are
but
many testimonials about it, and it's actually sponsored by the U.S. Department of Energy. So it's not just a one-off. These are a lot of very good reports backing that up.
oh, that is so fascinating. Okay. So the next question I have, and I don't know how you're going to answer this, but who's your best customer? So as someone who wants what Jeff does at Tru-Building, it's pretty cool. Who's your best customer?
Our clients typically range. I use this example often is if somebody comes up driving a Prius, they're probably our type of customer. Or if they're
There you
driving
go.
a Tesla, they're
Okay.
our type of customer. That doesn't hold true all the time,
Mm-hmm.
but it's people who are very environmentally aware of
Okay.
what's going on. They want to leave a lower carbon footprint. Those are the people typically looking for savings. But we have one client we're getting ready to build for. She actually works for Evergy, and so she knows the rate hikes that are coming. She understands the high price of utilities, and she's talking about getting Evergy involved with us in our process as well to tell our story.
That is awesome. I love that. I love that. That's a great story. So I know you've been in business for a long time. How long have you been in business?
We're in our 13th year as
13?
Tru-Building.
Okay.
I've been doing it 44 years.
Okay.
So yeah, quite a while.
Yeah. So of course we had the whole COVID thing. So any business challenges that you had to do because of COVID? What changes have you made since then?
Our biggest change is having to not make promises as much. And that sounds like a really hard one to say, but schedules and materials and manpower shortages directly affect us so much that we see projects take from 20 to 30% longer than they used to. And so what we're used to being able to say we could build you in 6 months, now it's taking 7 to 8 months. And sometimes it's just acquiring the right products. I mean, we were building one product during COVID. We could not find any baseboard for the house and had to go drive around and load up what we could to get enough baseboard to finish this house. It's weird times like that. We wouldn't have expected a shortage on that. Other things that we're looking at right now, even I met with an electrician this morning. Our lead times are actually longer now than they were even a month ago. They're getting worse instead of better on some electrical equipment. So it's really challenging to say to our clients, yes, we can get you in there by such and such date, and when we can't get the materials to do the project.
Really hard in our society, right? We're like now, drive through society. Interesting. And it's a compound effect for you. So it's all of your contractors and all of their suppliers and all of their suppliers. It's probably really an impact.
And our clients have seen prices go up substantially, as everybody knows, but it's just it's hard when we work on a project for maybe 2 years in design and have budget sets, and by the time they start it, it's 50% higher. Is what some of the things we've seen lately, which is not good for us. It's not good for our clients, but it's reality of what things are doing in our industry right now.
It's the new way of business for sure. Yeah. So of all the actions you've taken because of the pandemic, what will continue going forward?
We are more intentional about right when we start up a contract, that we buy everything out. We are ordering doors and cabinets before we even dig a foundation. So these things can be there ready by the time we get, because every delay of a week or 2 weeks or a month really hurts us in the long term. It's a little riskier way to build, but that's our way that we have to work around it.
Okay.
And it's really not a bad practice unless prices are dropping substantially through the process. Then you're paying more than you might have if you wait, but we can't gamble that way.
Okay, cool. So as a business owner, which you have been for a long time, what's been your biggest learning? Don't you love it when someone asks you that, but what's your biggest learning as a business owner?
I think learning how to navigate through the cycles, because especially in construction, you hear the term feast or famine, and it really reigns true. And we've been on such a feast for last 8 years probably, that we've been in business 14 years and it's been very strong, but I've been through plenty in the past that it's not like it's been, and we know another dip is coming. We all hear it in the news every day, and it's like, how, as a business owner, probably the most valuable thing I've learned is how to prepare and how to navigate. Nothing's guaranteed, but how to prepare for it and navigate through that next downturn and be ready for the next upswing.
I always feel like every downturn has some kind of an opportunity also. If we can think about
my mentor told me once, he said he's been his most profitable ever in the biggest downturns.
You'll hear that too. I think that's pretty common practice for people who are successful. And I hate to say it, but I love this. I mean, the glass is half full if you look at it that way. Right. It truly is. So, so we also, during this interview process, we do the video. We also do a print interview or a newsletter. Do you have any offers you would like to include in our newsletter? And if you did, what would that be?
I think what we should be able to let our clients know, or people who are interested in energy efficiency, is we do a lot of upfront design work, pro bono. We do it just to help our clients out. There is a cost once we get to final construction documents, but it's like to really talk about somebody who might be interested in it. A big thing that people don't understand is even to go to a zero energy ready home over a traditional home is only about a 6% increase in cost. So that 6% increase, even financed in from day one, you're going to be saving money the day you move in. And then once you look at that payback is finally reached, then it's just money all in your pocket by having something a lot more energy efficient. That's at today's interest rate. So going back to what the offer is, let us help you design and find a way to get into a either zero energy or passive house, something that will be a good investment for you in the long run.
Okay. How many people know the term zero energy passive house? Is that a common?
There's probably 5%, 10% maybe.
Okay. Okay. So hopefully this.
What people think of passive house has been around since 1980.
Okay.
In Europe. And it really, some people, when you hear passive house, they think of a solar house with, they use solar heat gain. My mom or my parents have a passive house, which is a little different than what passive house means today.
Okay.
Really, Passive House Institute of US is in their 15th year. The Zero Energy Ready Home program, that's the Department of Energy's program, has been around at least 10, and is starting to be pretty well recognized. It's going to be code standard in California by 2030 to be zero energy ready home.
Okay.
And the rest of the US are expecting to be code standard by 2050.
That's not that long, right?
No,
I mean,
it's really not.
2000 was yesterday, I think.
That's right. That's right.
That's very interesting. Well, I love that. Hopefully, we can get some word out about this these terms, because the more education, the more learning, awareness, that there is.
Correct.
For all of us. So that's cool. So all right, another question here. What do you find most inspiring about the business that you're in?
Every day is different.
Okay.
And Lee, it's one thing that I never get up. I mean, sometimes we wish every day was just a great day, and sometimes you feel like it's going to be a great day. Everything changes each day. But in our industry, with the different types of buildings that we do and the different clienteles, whether it's commercial or remodel or a residential, or we get the opportunity in our company especially, that we do a lot of unique projects. So our tagline that we've been saying, and even had some hats made up this year, was "We don't do normal." So that's kind of where we find ourselves every day is, okay, what's our challenges today are unique for this day. Our client for this coming up project, they're a completely different mindset. They want something completely different than anybody's ever done. We're not the type of builder, and this is what really differentiates us a lot. We're not the type of builder that has 10 model homes, come choose your model, we have these things all figured out. No, ours is more, let's dream together. Let's think, what can it be? What does it want to be? What works best for you? And let's design it to work for you.
Yeah. I love the dream. Let's dream for you, right? With you. And that's what we want. We want to live our dreams. And if someone can help us do that, that's what we're looking for.
And Lee, most people don't want normal.
I don't.
Really don't.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's small, it's unique, it's theirs. And they want to decorate it to be theirs. They want it to look like theirs. They want it to work like theirs. So that's what we try to listen to and design for.
That's great. So anywhere in the US, are you able to work right now?
We are able to work most places in the US. We've worked in 18 states in the last 2 years.
Okay.
We have an office in Muncie, Indiana as well. And so there's 5 guys out of that office, and they travel more than our Wichita office does, but we're able to go about anywhere.
Okay.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense for us to do certain projects, but if we have a national client like we do now, is we want to be where they need us. So
and you're located in Kansas. It's so easy to get anywhere, really.
It is.
one of the
The
advantages.
challenges, though, they build different in California. They think different in California. So
True.
we probably won't go to California.
Okay.
But there's in different areas of the country they do
Sure.
things a little bit different. But we've done quite a bit in quite a few different areas. So I don't want to rule that out. But I've even actually built a couple in California before. But it is different.
Okay, yeah, for sure. In every way, it's different in California. Yeah, not just construction. So, well, this has been very interesting for me. So my last question is, what's your favorite business book that you would recommend that others read?
My favorite book, and I've read it, I think 3 times now. The most recent, even this year, is Traction by it's
Gino
Wickman.
Wickman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that book.
I just, I keep going through it because it to me carries a lot of different concepts out of a lot of different books into one condensed book. So
good. So are you a visionary? What's your role in?
Very much.
Very much so.
And my whole team knows that.
Yeah, I know so.
I'm not the management type or the executor. I am the guy who's out here all over the place.
Right. And the best thing about the visionary is to bring the right people in to help you make your dreams come true. That's right.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Jeff, for this interview and this time today. And I look forward to talking to you again. And this is the end of our interview, unless there's anything else you want to add.
No, I don't believe so. Thank you, Lee.
All right. Thank you. Take care.